Not all salads are made with green leaves. Today I'm going to walk you through step by step a super easy and fan favorite salad of ours at work, the roasted carrot salad. To me, carrots are the most versatile vegetable. You can roast them, you can steam them, you can boil them, but the good thing about carrots is that they are available all year round. It's not like a seasonal thing that you have to kind of like keep an eye out for. So this is the current carrot salad that we have at work. I think since we've opened it, we've had like many different versions just because it is something that you can get all year round and not have to worry about trying to find them. We use these gorgeous little heirloom carrots that we get from our friends at Noggins. And this version, we're actually going to do whipped feta. We are going to do pickled red onions, which everyone's been asking me for. And we're going to make a little spicy cilantro sauce called Zhoug. It's like originates in Yemen, and it's like used in the Middle East as a condiment. So lots of fun things go in this salad. Let's get started. Obviously, carrots are the star of this dish. I've peeled my beautiful carrots. You don't have to peel them often at work if they're really nice. We just give them a really good scrub because you don't want any of that grit that I often talk about. I like to leave mine fairly long. And all we're gonna do basically is toss these with some olive oil and salt. And then we're gonna roast them at a high heat, about 425 in my oven.
I know that you do something interesting with the pan before you roast vegetables, which I think is really interesting.
Before I roast any vegetables, I always put my pan in the oven for at least 15 to 20 minutes. That way the pan is really hot, so that when you put your vegetables on, you hear that psh, so you know that it's like roasting right away. You want that really gorgeous caramelization. So all depending again on your oven. These will roast for about 15 minutes, just until they're tender. I've just got a little bit of nice olive oil. I do love olive oil. We had this conversation with Chris and Maria, who live across the street from us, about olive oil and how much we all go through in the course of a month. How much do we go through, Doug?
Gosh, I mean, it depends how much we're eating at home, but I would say we go through maybe a couple liters a month sometimes.
Probably a few liters.
Yeah.
Olive oil, salt. I'm gonna go to the oven and I'm gonna hear that psh as soon as I put them in my pan. Now we are going to make pickled red onions, and many of you have been asking about how we do our pickled red onions. It's super easy. Red onions. On my stove I have some white vinegar, sugar, salt, and a little bit of water. I know you were asking me earlier what the percentage is or what the recipe is, which will be in the description, but I think I said was not too vinegary.
Yeah, you like it a little more on the sweeter side than the sour side.
Well, I do find, especially with onions, that sometimes they have a bitterness, so I do like a little bit of sugar. My favorite kitchen tool, my Ben Rinner. Watch your fingers. You want them not too thick, not too thin, but it all depends on you. If you love pickled red onions like I do, you could make them just a little bit thicker.
But these pickled red onions are honestly one of my favorite sort of condiments or sides or whatever that we have. I literally put them on everything at work, every sandwich, every salad.
Those that know us well. Always make a joke that pickled red onions are basically on every single dish. Is that true?
Not every single dish.
Every single dish?
But a lot.
I mean, I have these beautiful sliced red onions. Luckily, these aren't making me cry. I've got my liquid on the stove. Obviously, boiling liquid. I'm just gonna pour it on top of my onions. And this is basically it.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
You just want to press them down lightly. Sometimes you could cover them, or we have covered them with saran wrap, but these basically just set aside until they're cooled, and these will keep like basically eternally in your fridge. I've got some here that I did a few days ago. As you can see, they're beautiful and red and vibrant. With this, basically just because the onions are red, they're gonna sort of like leach some of that color, and they're just beautiful. I love them. The next component of our dish is whipped feta. Sounds fancy, really isn't. We've also done this carrot salad. I think one of my favorites, Mr. Douglas, was we used to do labneh, where we would basically strain Greek yogurt overnight to get all the liquid out. So it turns into this like beautiful, like sour, unctuous like spread. And we'd always put like lemon zest and sometimes some cumin. But this time we're actually gonna do it with whipped feta. So I've got some gorgeous local feta. I'm gonna put it in my...
So we've had the whipped feta too on other salads as well. I know with we had an amazing tomato salad that we used to do with a whipped feta. And
that's true.
Yes.
That's true. I completely forgot. A good amount of olive oil just to get it going. I know it looks like a lot, but a little bit of this goes a long way, believe me. A little bit of lemon zest I'm gonna put in there because you know how much I love lemons and lemon zest. And
one of the things that we're looking at doing actually in the next week or so is doing a roundup video of Renee's favorite tools. So an episode dedicated to Renee's favorite kitchen tools.
I'm gonna put a little bit of sumac, which is a berry, has a very nice citrus flavor. And because we are putting cumin and coriander in our zhoug, I'm also going to put a little bit of cumin and coriander in there as well. Here we go. There. Now all you want to do really is basically process it until it's a spreadable paste. What we do often is we'll like spread it on the bottom of the plate. But I've also put a dollop of this like on top of a pasta or on top of a soup, which works really well. But I really like it with the salad. All we have left to do now is zhoug. Now you were asking me earlier, Doug, about zhoug. Now this is like an interpretation of a bunch of different recipes. So in mine that we use at work, I'm putting in garlic. So I have a few cloves of garlic. I'm putting in pickled jalapenos. Classically, they use like a red chili or a green chili, but I actually like the pickled jalapeno and the juice. It's a little bit less spicy. A lot of cilantro, and I think I've mentioned this before in the past, but I love to use the stem and the leaves. But first, I'm just gonna quickly process my garlic, just so that I don't have giant chunks in there. And then I'm just gonna add all of my cilantro. So this is about 1.5 bunches, but again, all the recipes are in the description. I've also made this in the past with parsley in there as well. I've put fresh mint in there as well, but for today...
What would you say is one of the most important things though when you're using cilantro?
Cilantro?
Cilantro, whatever.
Cleaning it.
Yes, please.
I don't know how many times, again, I think I talk about this often, where you eat something and you get the grit. To this, I'm going to add cumin and coriander that are ground and a little bit of that sumac. Classically, they also put cardamom in this recipe, but I find cardamom a little bit like...
Can overpower, yeah.
Also, I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice because I love the acidity of the lemon juice. And that basically is the last component of our salad. Let's go. We have this beautiful, very fragrant, delicious, spicy green sauce. So now the carrots are almost done. We're gonna get everything ready and we're gonna plate it up. All the components are now ready for our roasted carrot salad. The carrots just came out of the oven. I've let them cool down a little bit. They have a gorgeous like caramelization on them, which I love. We have our whipped feta, we have our pickled red onions, our zhoug. I have some toasted sesame seeds, and I also have herb salad. A nice generous dollop of whipped feta on the bottom. And then I like to sometimes hide a little bit of my pickled red onions under there too. Just a little bit of surprise. And then our gorgeous carrots. Now we can serve this salad hot, you can serve it cold, you can serve it room temperature, basically however you like it. But at work we often serve it room temperature. All right, I'm gonna put some of my zhoug. I'm just going to put a few dollops in betwixt my carrots.
Did you just say betwixt?
In between my carrots.
Is that actually a word?
Probably not. I don't
Okay.
think it is. Our toasted sesame seeds. This adds a really nice nuttiness to it when you toast.
How did you toast those?
I just did them in a hot pan, watching them because you don't want them to burn because that would not be
It's
good.
like a non-stick pan.
A non-stick
until they
pan.
get color, I guess.
Yes, I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil. I know there's been a lot of olive oil in this dish, but a little goes a long way. Maldon salt, because I love to finish dishes with Maldon salt, which is a beautiful flaky salt. A few more of our pickled red onions for beautiful color. And herb salad. I've got dill, mint, and parsley in here. And that is it. That is our carrot salad.
It's gorgeous. The colors are absolutely amazing.
I mean, this is a fan favorite. I know I love it, and I know you love it.
Totally.
And there you go.
Can't wait to try this. You know what's funny? I actually don't think I've tried this at the restaurant yet.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, like I've tried almost everything else on the menu, but I don't think I've actually tried this salad.
Well, it's funny because people ask me if I've had it. I've had all the components.
Yes.
It's very rare that I actually sit down and eat it.
Although,
Although,
interesting fact, Renee and I actually enjoyed a beautiful Valentine's dinner at the Canteen, sitting at the bar. Had some oysters, surf and turf. It was magical. We haven't done that in literally like a year, thanks to COVID and everything else, but it was fantastic. This is amazing. I love
and
it.
it's easy. I think people just get really scared of all the different components, but the reality is it takes about 20 minutes from start to finish. While the carrots are roasting, you can get everything else ready, and then all these things can stay in your fridge and become part of another dish.
Or you can make them all ahead of time, and then if you're having people over, or it's a weeknight and you want to put something special together, all of it's in the fridge ready to go, and boom, it takes literally like 2 minutes to put together, and it's beautiful, full of flavor, and I would say pretty healthy too.
Yeah, it is healthy. There you go.
You know?
Another winner.
So, please, if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave comments too.
Leave comments because now we need to know what's going to be next week's episode.
And we honestly did this recipe because of all the requests. So
There was a very nice customer who came in this week and she really wanted the carrot salad. So, you know who you are. This is for you.
all right, guys, enjoy. I hope you're having a great winter, and we'll see you very soon.
All right. See ya.
The flavors together are incredible.